There's a new Canadian study that's raising a lot of eyebrows in the medical community and some confusion in women because it questions the long-term benefits of mammograms. But tonight, Dr. Peter Ostrow is exposing the apparent flaws in the research.
Well, this study began in 1980, and every few years they've published their ongoing analysis, which indicates that screening mammograms don't reduce the death rate from breast cancer. But they're the only ones who have reached that conclusion. Regular mammography has been a staple of breast cancer screening for decades, but a Canadian study questions their value. They looked at almost 90,000 women over a 5-year period and concluded there was no difference in deaths from breast cancer between those who received mammograms and those who did not. I discussed that report with Dr. Helen Cappuccino, a breast cancer surgeon at Roswell Park.
The overall message is one which I think discourages women from doing screening. And that concerns me because I'm a big proponent of screening and trying to detect breast cancer as early as possible.
Tumors that are discovered earlier are more likely to be curable, and other large follow-up studies don't agree with the Canadian report.
There are many, many studies that document the overall decrease in mortality for women who undergo mammographic screening, period. That's a simple declarative statement. There's no question that mammography helps prevent breast cancer death.
We're not sure why there's such a disagreement, but one reason could be technical differences in the mammography equipment from the 1980s to today. This tiny cancer, for instance, would not have been discovered by a physical exam or by the Canadian equipment.
I don't think that you can compare the quality of the screen film studies that they had to what we have today. It's just so much superior.
Dr. Cappuccino feels that each woman should consider her own risk and speak with her doctor about mammograms. She gets mammograms.
My personal feeling is if there's cancer in the patient, I would like to know about it. If I have cancer in my breast, I certainly want to know about it. I'd much rather have that treated and prevent it from progressing rather than wait to see what happens.
Women at high risk should have more frequent mammograms. The National Cancer Institute has a simple questionnaire that will help a woman discover whether she's at high risk. And there's a link to the questionnaire on our website at wivb.com. Anyone can go fill it out and then talk about it with her physician.
Well, you know, my mom's a breast cancer survivor, so I know that I'm more at risk, so I'm aware of my own personal situation. But, you know, you cite some flaws in the study here. What about women's overall confidence in the mammogram?
Confidence in the mammogram should be there. Okay? There were a few questionable aspects of the methods in this study that make us wonder how they reach their conclusions. But other large studies have shown that mammograms have considerable mortality benefit. I would remain confident in mammograms.
All right. Well, there is some radiation involved in the mammogram, though. What should we think about that?
Well, the radiation that you get from a mammogram is trivial. It's about the same as flying cross-country in an airplane at 30,000 feet. That's not something that should scare anybody off.
People do it all the time.
They're safe and they work.
Safe and they work. There you go. Straight from Dr. Peter Ostrow. Thank you.